Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 173. Joining me as always, Daniel Neverly.
What's up, gamers? What's going on?
What's up, Daniel? Just the hype calming down, all the Concord hype really settling down here. My excitement levels still through the roof, but
For Concord, for
I
me,
finally caught my breath now.
for me, it was Foam Stars. I'm still
Mm,
I'm
Still
still
freaking out
losing
about
it.
that one.
Yeah, I'm still losing it.
What we gonna do in
Yeah.
a couple years when like PlayStation's top games are Concord, Foam Stars,
Fair
uh,
games.
no, not fair games. Definitely
Not
not.
that, not
No,
that.
that one doesn't make it into this joke. Knack 3 and Days Gone 2.
Where's Knack 3, dude? I mean,
It's coming. It's coming.
it better
I
be.
mean, it's too
If
much
it's
money
not,
left on the table to not make Knack 3.
I know they're talking about trying to make more, revenue because they're whatever. They're the best sell. The PlayStation's the best thing Sony has going for it. If they really want to make revenue, I mean, make more Knack games. Make a Knack first-person shooter. Make a Knack sports game. Make a Knack racing game. Like, where are all these Knack games?
Well, Daniel, I mean, they're getting into movie and television so hard. Knack movie.
Where's the Knack
TV series.
movie? Yeah, the
Where's
show.
my Knack live action adaptation with Tom Holland?
Where's my Knack figure for my bunch of figures back here?
You
I
could
need a
probably
Knack
really find one of those, no?
just a big old goofy looking thing.
Just a giant neck. You could make them small and then also make them big, like
Oh.
build them. It comes with a bunch of pieces.
Sounds like a Lego. Where's the
No,
Lego?
it's entirely
Come up with
different.
Knack.
It's entirely different.
Okay. Bionicles?
Maybe PlayStation, they make that. That's a spin-off. It's like a toy, and they call them Knacks, and it's just Legos.
You're trying to compete with
With
Lego and
now,
Mega
yeah.
Blocks.
And then there's another avenue into the movie, right? Because now it's the Knack movie, but it's competing with the Lego movie,
Oh, the same
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah,
Sure.
same vibe. Yeah, Knack gets sucked into the real world instead of the other way around.
Yeah.
Make this movie, and then he's Tom Holland.
I mean, Tom Holland is all of us.
Tom Holland has to be there.
Yeah.
Tom Holland is all of us. Tom Holland is Jesus.
He's going to be Jesus.
He's being
And
cast as
Jesus is in us, right?
Right. So Tom Holland is
So
in
Tom Holland
us.
is in me.
Right. Tom Holland died for our sins.
Yeah.
Daniel. And then he got resurrected. Now he's Nathan Drake and Knack.
Yeah. See Spider-Man still.
And Spider-Man. Daniel. It's been another busy week in the world of video games.
Yeah.
So
Lots
we're
of
gonna
little
go
stories.
over from a couple of different things because last week we just did the PlayStation Showcase, so we got a couple news stories from last week in here as well that we're gonna go over. Also, some follow-ups from the PlayStation Showcase and whatnot. First up, then. Late last week, Naughty Dog gave us an update on the Last of Us multiplayer game, stating that they have realized that they need more time on the game and that the team is going to continue to work on the project while working on other projects. They listed single-player projects just in that statement. And then later on, Jason Schreier came out with more details. This was apparently all in response because they knew Jason Schreier's article was about to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what were Jason Schreier's details? I got them here. So, from Jason Schreier's Bloomberg article, Naughty Dog has significantly scaled down the team, with many moving on to other projects. Studio is reassessing the game. The game's not canceled at the moment. And then the big one was, according to Schreier, Bungie has evaluated the Last of Us multiplayer project. Something stuck in my throat, sorry. And then they raised questions about the ability to keep players engaged over long periods of time. So, Daniel.
Yes.
Lots going on there.
Yeah.
Bungie, nope, this ain't it, fam.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair to Bungie, this is kind of what PlayStation wanted, right? I guess this shouldn't seem like actual news, right? At least the Bungie part of it, because it's this is kind of, they wanted their expertise, right? This is what they were meant to be doing. They're probably looking at Fair Games. They're probably looking at Concord. They're going to probably look at any of these people that are doing a live service and seeing how to engage their players and trying to make more money. And that's what Bungie's been doing for almost 10 years now. 10 years next year. So that part doesn't surprise me at all. And honestly, not seeing it at the showcase just kind of tells me that, yeah, I guess it isn't going well, right? I think that was a big indicator.
Yeah, I mean, I brought it up last week that I was worried that Naughty Dog's maybe they're doubling down on the
Yeah,
multiplayer project. Maybe they're staffing up even more in the multiplayer project. Maybe it's becoming an even bigger thing, and that's why they're taking so long. It seems like it's going the exact opposite way, and it's becoming a smaller thing there. And they are moving on to other projects and stuff right now because it's not working out the way they wanted it to. So, and then with Bungie being the ones to kind of put a stop to it and like tell them like, you got to reassess some stuff here and rethink how we're gonna do this whole live service thing. I think that's great. That's exactly what PlayStation bought them for. It's exactly what they want going into this live service thing. Again, you'd rather this game just outright get canceled than it come out and be a bad game, right? So,
yeah. Well, at
uh,
least that's what PlayStation wants. They don't want their name getting tainted too much, right?
exactly. You don't want to, especially with the Naughty Dog name, man. That is their most
Sure.
premier first party studio that they have. Naughty Dog really is on that level of a Rockstar, of a FromSoft. When you see the Naughty Dog logo, you expect quality.
Yeah, when you see that paw, something's up.
Yeah.
That's what also makes it weird that it's like that they wanted them to go into a multiplayer thing anyways. Like just let them do what they want to do. If they were
I get
that
that, but
passionate
I also,
themselves,
I would, sorry to interrupt you, but like Naughty Dog has always been into multiplayer.
yeah.
Like they
Well,
have been
that's
since
what I was
Uncharted
saying.
2. It's like I don't think it was a thing where it's like, no, you guys are forced to make this live service
I
game.
wasn't saying they were forcing them, but like maybe kind of pushing them a little bit further, making it more of a live servicey type of thing instead of just a multiplayer game. But like yeah, they did do multiplayer stuff. But
Like to be fair, Factions has a huge fan base, an
it did, yeah.
oddly big fan base. That like I don't know if you saw that one guy. That guy that sound kind of funny sometimes. He made a whole video begging Naughty Dog to pretty much keep this going and not cancel this project. And it's just like, all right, bud. Like I don't know if we need all that, but so like I do think Naughty Dog has clearly always had an interest in multiplayer. I maybe the Uncharted 2 one that was like the first shoehorned in, like, hey, you guys have to add this one in. But I think how they kept going with Uncharted 3, 4, and Last of Us, they clearly have an interest in making multiplayer games. And for this one not working, or at least right now it seems like it's not working, yeah, that's not surprising because I mean the world of multiplayer games is just completely different now than it was back in the late 360 era, early PS4 days, right? Like when you could just shoehorn that multiplayer thing in there and like call it a day, right? And even though those never ended up working, you can't just do that nowadays. You kind of have to make it this whole big live service thing.
Yeah. Even the big ones like Call of Duty and Halo, they have battle passes. Sadly, that is just the reality. That is just somehow they tricked people into thinking that's a good way to unlock everything and nickel and dime you for money. So, hey, that's just what people want.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, we talked about it before, but I just don't. I just don't understand multiplayer nowadays. It's just like I play so rare, so rarely do I even play a multiplayer game nowadays. That when I do jump into one, I just don't. Like, I still don't even fully understand battle passes and stuff like that. Like, I just don't. Like, they're cool and all. I get it, but it's just it just doesn't interest me at all. Like when Halo Infinite came out, I guess that was the last multiplayer game I got somewhat into. It's just I didn't even look at any of that shit. I just kind of
Yeah.
played my matches and logged off. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, man. And then what are we thinking about this multiplayer project? Do we think it's gonna end up just getting canceled? Do we think they're gonna get it together here? Because if the team is being scaled down now, they're gonna have to hire up then again at a certain point, right? Once they get back on the right direction and figure out exactly what they want this to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe have Bungie assistants because they are a really big studio. Um, yeah, it's a really interesting point because we know that Neil and his team are been working on something, which they hint at in their statement about a new single player game.
Thank God they said a new single player game they're
Yeah,
working on. It's like okay,
it
thank
didn't
God.
say new IP,
No, I
so
mean
it's Last of Us Three.
It's Last of Us 3. I mean
We were right.
it's a
We
foregone
said that like
conclusion.
finish it.
Like Last of Us 3 is gone.
Yeah, finish Last of Us Three, then move on. We'll just get it done with. Like they need to get off of Last of Us at this point too. But
Well, I mean, Last of Us
um,
Kart Racer afterwards, but then they can move on.
oh, for sure. Or wait, we need a 3D platformer. I need to be like double jumping as Ellie.
Sure, sure. Maybe just mix that into Last of Us 3. Just
Oh,
incorporate
sure.
that.
Make it a 3D platformer.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. If they're staff, it depends on how much they're staffing down. Like that could only mean a few people, 10 people. We don't even really know how big this team was within them. So, uh, Yeah, I guess we'll just have to see. I would hope it wouldn't get canceled because they've already put a good amount of years into it. So I don't know.
I kind of hope it does. Like, not that I know a lot of people want this and stuff, and I'll be the first to admit, like, I'll buy it when it comes out. I mean, Naughty Dog makes anything, I'm gonna buy it. But it's just it'd be unfortunate, right? Because they sunk so much money into this and so much time, right? It'd just be a lot of wasted money and time, right? But they learned some lessons from that. I think PlayStation would learn lessons from that overall. Naughty Dog would learn lessons from that overall. We'd probably get better games in the future from Naughty Dog just from them learning lessons from this, you know. So it's you know, you spend a lot of money to learn some lessons here. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And
Yeah.
yeah, doesn't work out, doesn't work out. Like, you know, it sucks. I mean, because like PlayStation should have been leading with this one in their live service thing, right? Like this should have been the
We thought it
game,
was.
right? Yeah, we thought it was for sure. Now it seems like Fair Game's gonna have to take that mantle. Oof. But
Yeah, or maybe Marathon if it comes out first too. I don't know.
yeah. Again, I don't know how much they look at Marathon as like the you know, I know they own them, but they don't look as Bungie as first party. You
It
know,
is
so
multi-platform. It is coming to PC immediately and Xbox as well.
which
But I
side
guess
note,
is
I
it
wonder if they learned from Marathon that like, no, we should just put all of these everywhere. Like, I wonder if we see Fair Games one day on Xbox.
no.
If Marathon is
I
the only
think
one that maybe not Fair Games, but like Fair Games 2, you know, or something like that.
no.
You know,
I think
like what if
PlayStation's too
Marathon's
stubborn.
extremely successful and then they're just like the only way this is gonna work is if they're everywhere.
I think PlayStation's too stubborn right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they would want that. They would. I think that they would see that as them like bending the knee, right?
Sure.
And I don't think that they're too prideful. They're a business. They're too prideful to do that. So the reason why Bungie is doing that, and I think it's very clear. They already said it when the acquisition. They said that Bungie still be multi-platform. It's very clear that in the clause that Bungie signed there, they made it very abundantly clear that they were not exclusive, or they wouldn't have signed. Like that's I think very clear. And Marathon, it just shows you, yeah, they want it everywhere. They want more people playing their games.
Right.
And I think that should be, I know I'm going to take a left turn just for a second. I think that should be the case for every game. How about that for every game? How about just every game go everywhere? Do you know if you put it on more platforms, more people have access to it, and the more people that have access to it, more people can buy your game. Wow, what a concept. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, I get what you're saying. I like that, but then I've always also understood the Tim Geddes argument of exclusive are the only thing that actually give these platforms an identity. You know what I mean?
But I'm not necessarily saying I'm not saying necessarily saying like Naughty Dog put Last of Us 3 on Xbox. That's not
Oh,
what I'm
okay.
saying. I'm saying like why isn't Oxenfree 2 on Xbox, but it's everywhere else?
Oh,
That just makes
well, those are
absolutely no
timed
sense, right?
exclusive deals.
But yeah, I mean it's everywhere else though. It's on Switch,
I don't know
PC,
what's up with
PlayStation.
Oxenfree exactly.
Well,
Like
I'm just
that,
giving you an example,
that
right?
one's a
Like
weird
all of
one.
that stuff should just be everywhere.
Like
Like
the Square stuff.
the Square
It's
stuff. That's
the
another one.
Square
Yeah,
stuff. That's PlayStation going out and buying
for
that
sure,
for a timed exclusive.
for
I
sure.
understand how those are stupid, but that's just I don't know. That's just the game you
It's
gotta play,
crazy.
right? Like it's just
I'd rather none of them play that game. How about we?
sure. No, I hear you, but it's like I honestly think Xbox should start playing that game a lot more if they want to sell more consoles. Like it works clearly. Like the PlayStation, Nintendo, all of them, they all keep doing it.
Maybe with the rocky road of the Activision Blizzard deal, when it finally goes through and stuff, like maybe this is also they also said that I think they're going to probably do more acquisitions. I think everyone in the industry is, but maybe Xbox looks at that and says, "Hey, yeah, they're complaining about all this stuff. Like, I don't know, maybe we'll just play the game too, right? Like they used to play the game.
Yeah,
The weird thing is for they used to play the game like everyone else does. But for some reason they got way more hate for it, and then they stopped playing the game.
well, if you look,
And
heyday of 360, they were playing that game hard.
yeah,
BioShock,
for sure.
Mass Effect, Dead Rising, all timed exclusives. You know those killed it. Honestly, it'd be very smart for Xbox to go after those same IP again. There's a rumored Dead Rising game again. Get that
Mass
timed
Effect.
exclusive. Get the Mass Effect, get that a timed exclusive. BioShock, get that timed exclusive. It'd be a genius marketing thing to play
They have a
that
good
again.
relationship with EA.
Yeah, I mean that'd just be extremely smart to do that again. I think the problem is with a lot of third parties not wanting, even maybe they don't want to sign with Xbox anytime exclusive because they are the one that are in third place.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah. I
least
mean,
amount
money.
of
I guess
copies
money talks,
possible. Yeah,
though.
money talks. You're gonna have to cover all that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Money talks, and I mean, if anyone has money, it's Xbox, right?
For
So
sure. Like it might be a fat check. Microsoft will have to sign a fatter check than Sony will to get these timed exclusives
at least right
100%.
now.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just I think they should play the more of that game. I don't know how we got on this, but yeah, Naughty Dog canceled or no, not canceled yet.
It was
Multiplayer
putting
Last of
games
Us game.
everywhere. That was what I was getting at.
Sure. Yeah.
And it was like PC, putting things on PC and that kind of stuff.
But yeah, I'm totally down for this project to just get canceled. Like I'm fine with that. Move on. Just focus all
looks
your efforts on the single player game. I'm completely fine with it.
it looks a
just
little
move on.
dire
Yeah.
at this point. I mean, it's still very hush hush. We don't know. Their statement makes it seem like it's fine, or they're at least continuing, but I don't know.
Yeah, and then just
Doesn't look
much
good.
like how I felt with the deviation games thing. Like again, I'd rather it just get canceled and never see the light of day than it come out and be bad.
Yeah.
All right,
It
Daniel.
sounds like that game's not going anywhere, or at least anytime soon.
I mean, it sounds like that whole studio is gonna be shut down soon enough.
That you think it's that far?
That's what Colin Moriarty was hinting at. He's saying they have until the end of the year to figure this out or something, and then if not, the whole
Oh,
studio is gonna go away.
I didn't think it was that dire.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I mean, you got to think you've never put out a project. There's no money coming in, right? So it's
Yeah.
like you got absolutely nothing out there, and you've already sunk a bunch of
Employees to
money
pay.
into a canceled project. That's not good, right?
Yeah. Unless they got bought right by like PlayStation.
Right, but it doesn't seem like PlayStation's very interested now. All right,
Yeah,
Danny.
definitely not.
Well, we got some more PlayStation news. Former art director of Sony Santa Monica, Raph. How we going with this guy's last name?
Grissetti.
Raph Grissetti has left the studio and has joined Joseph Staten's new team over at Netflix Games to work on a new original AAA IP. There's some other names at that studio now too. Not sure where they're from, but I'm sure they're bigger names, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I thought this
Daniel,
was interesting.
Netflix really doubling down here on creating this team. Whatever this new AAA IP is, probably gonna be pretty exciting.
I mean, to be fair to Netflix, number one, you go after Joseph Staten.
Yeah,
Number two, you go after Ralph Grassetti. Like, have you seen his art?
yeah.
It's insane. This
No,
dude's
that's
the
nuts.
real deal.
Yeah,
Like him leading up their art division. Like, this is no joke. They're throwing money at this. Like, this really shows like they're really trying to put a big AAA game in. And they've been slowly going into mobile games. They bought Night School. Is that their name, right? Night School?
the Oxenfree guys. Yeah,
Oxenfree, yeah. They went and bought them, because like they're pretty awesome. Get them in the narrative games, like they really needed that AAA push now, and like they're really building it up. Like this is pretty interesting. Can't wait to see like what that is. I mean, it's gonna take a little bit. They're building an entire new studio, but definitely gonna keep my eye for that.
yeah. I'm definitely curious to see what type of game this actually is. Because you would think with Joseph Staten it'd be something multiplayer oriented, right?
Maybe have both.
Yeah,
It's like a maybe a single player and maybe a multiplayer aspect to it.
a lot of people theorizing an MMO type of thing.
Hmm. You'd want an IP that could also have some sort of movie or TV tied to it because of Netflix.
Sure.
So I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe you could still do an MMO.
Yeah, you could still do an MMO. I think.
I
I
don't.
think all you would need really is an interesting world for that, right?
Yeah. If I were to guess, I would guess no.
Yeah.
I'd guess some sort of action game.
Yeah,
That's what
very
I would
curious
guess.
to actually find out what this ends up being. But exciting. Big new team getting put together. Netflix throwing money at it. So cool.
Yeah.
Next up then, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart will be the next PlayStation first party game to go on PC. It'll be releasing on July 26th, 2023. Daniel, Ratchet and Clank.
Yes.
There it is.
Yeah. Everyone gets to play it on PC. It's
PC.
awesome.
Weird this
Um.
they didn't just put this trailer in the showcase.
I know. I don't
Like
know what PlayStation's doing
at
right now.
least would have been something, right?
They're in a
Like,
weird way right now.
yeah, it's very
Um,
odd.
Yeah, in this like got leaked too. Did you see it get leaked before, like the official thing?
Yeah, I saw like
I
the
forget.
rumors or whatever.
Yeah, that well, it was like fully leaked by I forget the leaker. We talked about the leaker I think last week. I forget his name. It's a weird name.
I don't remember either.
He leaked something else before, really recently that was right, and he leaked this coming out to PC. Yeah, you're right. Why is this not in the showcase? But you know what? We got to have another Gran Turismo trailer in that showcase. So
You gotta have the Gran
have a
Turismo
movie
trailer. You
trailer in
gotta.
the showcase.
They were like, Ratchet and Clank or David Harbour. You know.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Make your choices there. You know what I mean. All right, cool. And then next up, Humble Games held a showcase a couple weeks back. Daniel, did you watch the showcase at
Yeah.
all?
I did not watch, but I did look at the what was shown off. There was a few things there. Nothing I don't think too mind blowing. With
Wizards of Legend
yeah,
2?
that was the big one that I noticed because I know people really like that first game.
Do they? Okay.
And
I
I
don't think
think
I
this
ever heard of
one,
that.
yeah, it's like a top down game. I think it's a roguelite.
Now in
Um,
3D with online multiplayer.
mhm.
Interesting.
They did show another trailer for Stray Gods, which I'm
Yeah, you're
still
excited about this game, huh?
yeah. Well,
This
the
is
cast
that
is
musical
insane.
one or whatever?
Yes, I mean you should be excited. The cast is insane, and
Mm-hmm.
Austin Wintory is doing the music.
Okay.
It's like I mean Austin Wintory
And
doing
what is the game though exactly?
so it's basically a Telltale style narrative,
Mm-hmm.
and your selections like influence the music and like how they're singing and stuff.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like it's very Telltale like, but
That's cool. It
it
looks
look
like Telltale, like
it
graphically, like
does,
the
yeah.
art style looks very Telltale.
It's even more like kind of like comic booky though. It looks
Yeah,
like
a
a comic
little.
book.
I mean, it looks like a better Wolf Among Us graphically. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, maybe that's a good comparison. Wolf Among Us, yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited for that one.
Only
Um,
PC?
I think for now, PC only.
Okay.
It will come everywhere. I think it's long. It might even by the end of the year because it's August 3rd on
Sure,
PC.
yeah.
Or it might by the end of the year we might get maybe a couple console ports there. And that was kind of the big ones. There's a few other little ones that look interesting, but yeah, Humble Games they do publish some pretty cool projects. So
This Lost Skies game looks interesting.
which one was this?
I don't know. It kind of
Oh
looks like
yeah,
a. I don't know if they're going for. I mean, it's kind of cartoony looking, but
looks like more of a survival game, but I'm not too sure.
yeah, I don't know what they're going for exactly there, but that shot in the clouds looks beautiful.
Yeah,
All right, well,
and Humble Games. I mean, they published one of my favorite games,
which one was that?
Slay the Spire.
Oh yeah,
They published Slay the Spire,
cool.
so yeah, they publish some good stuff.
Yeah, we got a couple more showcases coming up. I think the what's their name? The Volver. They got one coming up sometime soon.
Yeah, I mean, everything else is going to start next week. I think it'll be
Yeah, I know
right
the
after this
big ones are
show.
next week. I was thinking that there's the Yakuza one just got announced too.
Oh yeah, when is that?
That's sometime in June.
Is it really? Give
Yeah,
it to me. Give it all to me. We're gonna get Yakuza 8 there. Come
yeah.
on,
So
baby. Or
Yakuza
Like a
8.
Dragon 8.
Yeah,
Come
you'll
on.
definitely get a date for that.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
man without a face or whatever.
Like a Dragon Gaiden. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that one was.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. Yeah, when we haven't gotten a date for that. You're right.
Yeah, I wonder
That's
if like
gotta
a
be
Dragon 8 is
soon.
gonna be early next year or if they're aiming more second half next year.
7 came out at the end of the year.
Yeah, that was like that
They
November. But weren't they
they
trying to hit like
they
the
used to like
launch?
springtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. They used to like springtime. Like the Judgment games both released in spring. So they kind of sprinkle them around. They used to be a little off because of a Japanese release to a release in the West, but I think that they started kind of simultaneously releasing them because it got so popular in the West now.
Right, yeah.
They were like, oh man, we'll just make more money that way. I think these developers need to start realizing more games everywhere makes more money.
Well, it's
Like
interesting now. I feel like we rarely get that now. That used to happen all the time.
it
With
used to be all the time
yeah,
because it used
games
to
in
be
Japan used to
a
always come out
Japan
early.
date, a European date, maybe even a UK date, and then an English date
Yeah,
or a US date. It's like it used to just be sprinkled everywhere. It was
yeah.
insane.
Even Persona 5 came out way earlier in Japan.
Yeah,
I don't remember
it
how
was
much
in
earlier, but like
2016, like at the
yeah,
end of 2016, I think.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that came out way earlier, and like I couldn't imagine Persona 6 now not being worldwide release all
It
at
will be
once.
worldwide for
Yeah,
sure.
it has to now, right?
Sega gets it.
Yeah,
If anyone gets it, Sega isn't Capcom yet, but they're because I think that they're still kind of doing a few games that aren't completely hitting, but like Sega's on the rise. And I think it's really on the back of the Yakuza series for the most part. I think
yeah.
has really put
Well,
them on the
that
map.
certainly is their most output, right? That gets the
Yeah,
most
I guess
critical
Persona as
acclaim and
well,
stuff.
but
Yeah, Persona as well. It's just
a
Persona's
little
just
more
weird because
niche.
they never put out a new game. I mean they do, but like
It's been a while.
just kind of re-releases over
I
and
mean, it's
over
got to be
again.
within the next 2 years, maybe for six. It
Yeah,
has to be.
yeah. I mean the rumor is next year, right? So we'll see if
Oh, is
that
that
ends
the
up being
rumor?
true. Yeah, the rumor's next year.
Please.
Yeah.
But they
The rumors Persona 3 remake getting announced at the Xbox showcase, and that's coming out this year. And then next
okay.
year is Persona 6. So we'll see if
Yeah.
that ends up being true. But
Well, usually they won't. They're not going to do it at a Sega event. Atlas loves to do their own event. They did
do
it
they?
with.
Okay.
Do you remember the
But
Soul
they always
Hackers
have
2?
like the concert thing or whatever,
Yes.
and then they do it. Yeah.
Yeah. But Soul Hackers 2 had its own event when they announced that game.
Oh, did
They
it?
did like an entire event just for Soul Hackers 2. So they Atlas will just do their own thing when they want to do it, unless they're like maybe Xbox paying them. Maybe Phil,
Well,
Uncle
that
Phil
would
going
probably
down
be
there.
it, right? It's,
Yeah, because they did just
Phil throwing
have
something
last
at
year.
him.
They had all the game all the 3 Persona games coming to Game Pass or whatever. So maybe they did a little deal with like, oh, the remake if there was a remake or 6 or whatever. Maybe Phil did a grease some more palms.
Yeah. I
Over
could
there.
even see Persona 3 remake being a timed exclusive over on Xbox. I wouldn't be surprised by that.
You think Phil's starting to play that game already? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, dude, you gotta play that game. It's you gotta get up in there. It's
People are gonna be upset.
maybe now they don't need to because Xbox. I really do believe Xbox is getting close to being on a cadence of releasing big games. Maybe they don't really need to now, but that would have been nice for the past like couple years, right? To have these timed exclusives for them. But we'll see. We'll see.
I think they're just more worried about things coming to Game Pass than anything.
Yeah. Yeah,
Try to
I
get
mean that's probably what Xbox. You got a really good point there. That's probably what Xbox would go after first is
Yeah. If
getting
they can get
Game
remake on
Pass.
Game Pass, right? I
Yeah,
think they'd
get
rather
that.
have that than like, oh, it's just exclusive.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
they're like,
wonder how
whatever.
well the Persona 4 and the original 3 or whatever version of 3 that is on Game Pass did.
It's portable.
Yeah, portable. Because
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good
they
question.
also have like kind of exclusive versions of those. Like Persona 4 Golden only runs at 4K on Xbox. And probably PC too, but
Really?
like yeah, it's different versions of that. I think it might be like the Series X version. There isn't like a PS5 version of Persona 4 Golden.
Oh,
There's a PS4 version, but there's like
why is that?
I don't know. It's
What
very
are you
odd.
doing, Atlas? What is it?
I
What
don't
are
know.
you doing?
Who knows? They're
That
just
doesn't
being
make
weird now.
sense. What do you?
I might
What?
be wrong about that, but I know the Xbox version runs
That's
better
so
than the
weird.
PlayStation version of Persona 4 Golden. So and the Persona 3 portable. So it's like, okay, what's going on here?
We're gonna have 6 different versions of this game.
It's gonna,
What do
dude. By the
you
time that Persona 3 remake comes out, there's like 9 different versions of Persona 3.
You're going crazy trying to figure out which one to play.
All right. Next up, then, Embracer Group is running some trouble recently with a $2 billion deal for a new partnership fell through, and the company's stock dropped 40%. Daniel, it's a weird one. It happened a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago now, so it's a bit old,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it happened. Yeah, it did. It was like a week and a half ago. Um, yeah, this is an interesting story. I mean, we've been seeing over the course of this podcast, really, like we've been covering Embracer, the found kind of the changing of the name Embracer from THQ Nordic to um the influx of money that they've had, the changing of leadership to buying a lot of things, buying not just studios, buying just IP. To was it last year they bought Lord of the Rings, the rights to Lord of the Rings. I mean, they
that's just
just,
weird because it's like, who really? It seems like everyone's making a Lord of the Rings thing too.
I know,
It's like you guys just bought all the Lord of the Rings.
yeah, but it still might be going all through them though.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Um,
The Lord of the Rings situation is very odd to me.
it's very interesting. Which, yeah, it's like, oh, okay, well, who is this $2 billion investment from?
Yeah.
Like that'd be my biggest question. Probably, I'll just throw it out there. Probably not a first party. Number one.
It's probably like Saudi Arabia or some shit.
The three that came to my head was that's probably the least likely out of the three was Saudi Arabia, um, Tencent. What was the? I had another one.
NetEase.
NetEase maybe, but there was another. What was the other one that I had? Oh, Amazon.
Mm.
That was
they would be smart to team up with
Yes.
Amazon with the whole Lord of the Rings thing going on, anyways. Because
Yes.
didn't Amazon just announce they're making a Lord of the Rings like MMO or some shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was the number one. I was like, it was probably Amazon trying to get it in. That was why that's why it became a big deal.
Interesting
Really,
it fell through then if it was Amazon.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there just might have been some. Maybe Amazon just doesn't see what they're doing yet, right?
There's a lot of theories online that Amazon secretly owns Embracer Group, or some shit like that. It's like I could see Amazon just buying these guys at this point. It's I mean, it's a giant like that. You want to get into games, you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
I don't know, but I'm sure Amazon could afford it.
Yeah, anybody could.
Yeah.
I think to be fair, I think Xbox should just be kind of do like a little like EA type partnership.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, put your stuff. It could be the older catalog, but just put your stuff on Game Pass, right? Like that'd be a good deal. They got a lot of old stuff.
Yeah,
they got a lot of all the SpongeBob games.
That'd be smart for Xbox. Don't get me wrong, but that's not like the biggest win. You
think it's just too much content, too much of a flood
of
content?
It's just a lot of content, and like they rarely like. I know Dead Island 2 was very successful, but that's like their most successful thing. Probably since like Embracer Group has come into like the forefront of like being a thing, right? Like I don't.
And people like those two SpongeBob games.
Yeah, like they like those, but those aren't like big deals.
Been a lot of remasters.
You know what I mean? Yeah, been a lot of remasters. Well, they did come out. I think that new
Destroy
one
All Humans
this year, right?
1 and 2.
Destroy All Humans. There's a rumored third game. I think that was in the video leak or whatever. The Destroy All Humans 3. So sure that'll be there. They just Embrace Group. That'd be a lot more appealing if Embrace Group had more wins, right?
Yeah, they bought those those 3 Square Enix studios. I mean, those are really the biggest things with their IP together. I mean, that's their crown jewels right there.
Yeah.
If I were Xbox, I'd be putting that cup to the door. You know what I mean? Get ready to burst in there as soon as anything fishy happens, or this might go under. I'm gonna go buy Eidos and Crystal Dynamics. I'd be in there scooping them up. I'm surprised they weren't the ones that got them anyways, right?
They should have 100%.
They were so close with them,
especially with those IP. Like Tomb Raider already got very closely attached to Xbox in the Xbox One era.
Even with the first, not even with Rise with the exclusivity deal, like the first one had a lot of marketing with Xbox. So yeah, I don't know. That was very, very weird to happen. Yeah, Embracer's just a weird company. Very odd company that I don't think anyone knows what to think of.
I mean, it's Tony Soprano sitting there, man. The Italian mafia, they were making a deal with the Yakuza,
No.
And then that deal fell through.
No, that's the Striking Distance guy.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Glenn Schofield.
Glenn Schofield.
That's who the deal was with. Yeah,
dude.
Tony Soprano and Glenn Schofield sitting in a room.
Glenn walked into that room.
Something went south. Someone got shot. 100%. Someone's sleeping with the fishes now.
Ooh, got that concrete shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, well, Embrace Group. I look forward to more business news from you guys. Extremely entertaining. All of Embrace Group, love it.
It's an interesting story.
Yeah, even though they don't make good games, it's just that fucking Gollum game. Oof.
I want to play it. If I had more time, I would have played that.
Did you see the Chris Rego video on it?
I haven't seen his videos.
It's pretty fucking funny.
Okay, I should watch it.
Yeah, it's a good one. All right, cool. Next up, then, the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake is surprisingly still a real thing. After having Ubisoft Montreal take over the project last year, the game is now in concept phase. Once again, Daniel.
Repeat for me, please.
Sure. The game is now in concept phase, Daniel. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, the remake, is in concept phase, Daniel. Concept. They have to figure out the concept for a remake. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
I'll play devil's advocate because that could mean a more RE2 style remake, right?
Fun,
like yeah, of course. This shows that that first. Nothing against that first studio that took it up. It was just a big project for them. I think that they tried. They're probably really trying to punch above their weight for what they could do, and I think it was very clear when we got that first trailer, and Ubisoft was they saw that reaction to that trailer and like maybe we need to put a little bit more money, maybe try to get a team that's a little more ready to do a project like this. And Montreal is one of their premium studios, so it makes sense. And if they have a different vision for what it could be, right? I guess it's a highly critically acclaimed game. People love Sands of Time, like especially back in the day. It's as a franchise, it's not really well known or regarded anymore, but this game was huge back in the day. So Ubisoft really wants to take care of it, and this release shows me that they care, right? In a weird Ubisoft way, and whatever they're doing right now.
Yeah, I think from that first trailer we got, or the multiple trailers we got, I'm not sure how many there were, but they were
I think it
going.
was just that one.
I think that team was going for more of a, we're just gonna simply up-res the PS2 version or whatever console Sands of Time was on. It just seemed like they were gonna simply up-res it and then put it out and then just
Yeah,
have people buy it that way. And then from the trailer reactions and stuff like that, I think they thought, well, let's go the next level with this. Let's do, like you said, more of a Resident Evil 2 remake type of thing. Make this a big, beautiful AAA thing, that looks current day game wise, graphically and stuff like that, and maybe make it play better and all that type of shit. So I think it's gonna be a full-fledged remake now, and they're gonna try to dip their toes into this remake game going on now, like with how many we've gotten recently. Try to get some of that cash going.
yeah. I don't really even think everything needs to be RE2 remake. Like, it's really cool that people. I don't know. This might just sound weird, me saying it like this, but it's really nice to see like, oh, Capcom's killing it, but not everyone could do what Capcom's doing. Capcom clearly is ahead above almost everyone right now, just very clearly, and it takes a lot to be able to do that. Like Konami seems like they're gonna try. Are they gonna get it done with Silent Hill 2 and the Metal Gear 3 remake? Are they gonna get it done with that? I don't know. Doesn't really seem like they're gonna do it, but who knows? I don't know. Maybe Konami could surprise me, but a lot of these companies are gonna try to do the RE2 thing, but I think could just do more remasters, like a Metroid Prime, right? Like that, pretty significant jump from the original, but it is still more of a remaster. So I don't know. I don't really know what Montreal's vision for this is going to be, but I would say, yeah, you don't need to. The scope doesn't need to be too big for this game. It just really needs to modern controls, look good. Maybe update. The voice, the voice acting if it's outdated. Stuff like that.
Yeah. See, I think if they were going for that, they would have just kept this original Sands of Time project out.
Yeah,
I think that's more what that was. Now I think they are
could be.
going more the RE2 route. I just think, nostalgia kills, man, and a
Yeah.
lot of people go out and buy these. And you're right though with these remakes, these type of remakes, like the Dead Space remake and the recent Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, and the Dead Space one. I didn't bring that
those
up.
are full-fledged projects now, right? Those aren't like you're gonna spend a year to make this. This is a full-fledged. You're spending 3 to 4
Maybe
years,
two.
whatever, two
Maybe
to
too
four,
early.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's if you're quick, right?
Yeah.
You're
I mean, to be fair,
it's just you're spending a long time on this project. This is that team's full-on next project if you are going
Yeah.
that way with the remake.
to be fair to Motive did that in like 2 years.
Yeah, no, they
Like, to
did
be
it
fair to
quick.
them, that's more impressive the more you think about it too. With
Yeah.
Motive, like they were very open. They were open basically immediately, and they were telling you everything they were doing, and they were showing it. I love their little behind the scenes videos that they were doing, and they were showing the different tech that they were using and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Maybe Ubisoft could do something like that. Be a little more open. I think a lot of these developers need to be more open. Communicating with how they're doing it and see what fans like, right, and change things. Especially Ubisoft, they're in a weird way. Like they're making a lot, they just don't have a lot to show, which is weird, right?
Yeah.
They talked a lot about things that they're making, and they have a lot in the oven, but I don't know where it is.
Yeah, they are weird, man. It's just Ubisoft in general. I would really love to see Ubisoft get back on track, at least for me. this
They're a
generation
cool
somehow.
they're a cool publisher.
Yeah,
They
no,
really
I
are.
know a lot of people like their games that they've been putting out recently, but like I can't even remember the last time I've like truly loved a Ubisoft game. You know
I
what I
liked
mean?
Far Cry 6 a
Yeah,
lot.
I liked it, but it wasn't like I really want like that next step. Here's like Far Cry
Sure.
3 again for Far Cry. You know, I would love to see that. You
They
know,
need a big vision for it, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Give me something like that. It's just it's been so long with me and
Where's
Ubisoft.
another Rayman game? Give me another 2D Rayman.
Dude, that Rayman game was awesome. It was one of the
Both of
few
those
2D
two.
platformers I got really
Origins,
into.
and I need to beat Legends. I'd
Was
like to go and
Legends
beat
the second
Legends.
one? Yeah, Legends. I think
Yeah,
that was on Game Pass when like Game Pass was first becoming a thing or something like that.
could be.
I played it on Xbox and I absolutely
I
loved
think
that game. So I
weren't
was
they
like,
both
make
360
me another one
games
of
as
those.
well? There was like in that in between
Yeah,
period,
it might have been that period.
I think.
Speaking of around then, like Child of Light, make another one of those.
Oh,
I
Child of
loved Child of Light. Child
Yeah,
of
where's
Light was
those UB
great.
Art games? Bring
Yeah,
UB Art back.
yeah,
'Cause that
bring
was a
back
really cool
those. It's just
initiative.
but,
Yeah.
like what I'm scared of is the whole Assassin's Creed thing with Ubisoft, with that
Too
whole.
much. It's too much.
I mean, it's too many games, and then the whole one connective game that's gonna add in all these other games.
They need to give up on
Eventually.
that.
It's
Give
just
up on it.
yeah,
Give up on it.
I don't like that. At least right now, I don't see how that's gonna work. So that scares me. And then what could save Ubisoft is these license games. For me, I think a lot of people end up being pissed
That
off
Star
by
Wars
these
game.
license games, but like the Avatar game, that
The
could be
Avatar
really
game.
cool. The Star Wars game, that could be really cool. You know, even if it is the Avatar game is just Far Cry with an Avatar skin, and the Star Wars game is just an Assassin's Creed game with a Star Wars skin, that I would be more into those. Sadly, and maybe that just speaks to who I am, but I would be
Yeah.
more into those than I would be regular Assassin's Creed or regular Far Cry.
What I want from a Ubisoft is like a brand. So there's two things. One, I think we're gonna get. Who knows? It seems to be in development hell. Number one, new Splinter Cell. Let's do some other cool things. I think we've all talked about Splinter Cell.
That's
for a while.
another
Like, give
remake
us.
that they're doing.
I know, and I think there was rumors of them making a new one anyways too. But like, yeah, we'll do something with it. And then number two is, give me a new Rainbow Six game. Either way, either if it's Vegas 3, I would love a Vegas 3, like a return. I love Vegas so much. Or just a new Rainbow Six game. Like Siege is, I love Siege. It's long in the tooth. It's been around for a long time, and they tried something different with Extraction. But give me like a new proper Rainbow Six. Have it have multiplayer, terrorist hunt, and single player. You know, I want a proper game because I love Siege, but it didn't really have a story mode. It was really multiplayer and it had terrorist hunt still. Um,
Daniel,
yeah.
you got
Yes.
one last year. Rainbow Six Extraction or whatever.
Well, I think that was 2 years ago.
Was that 2 years ago already?
Yeah,
Wow,
I think it was
Jesus.
2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know we got that, but that was like a small. I think that was supposed to be Siege DLC that
Yeah.
they expanded it. I want a proper Rainbow Six game.
Yeah, I used to love the Vegas games back in the day.
Yes,
Vegas 2
dude, Vegas
was
1 and 2 were so
yeah, Vegas
good.
2 was my shit back in the day.
I
That was really
know,
fun. Me
it's-
and my friends used to always play that. So yeah, I'd be into another one of those. They never had like great single players anyways, but
It was dumb, fun story modes.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly. It
that's-
was one of those. I mean, I'd
Remember
take that
Patriot?
too, but like, yeah, well, that got canceled, right?
I know. You
Yeah.
remember Patriot? That trailer was
Did
awesome.
that turned into Siege though? Whatever.
I think it did.
Yeah,
but
pretty much
It
turned
got
into
it
Siege.
basically got canceled.
Yeah. That was the
and I
biggest
remember-
surprise last gen when Siege was like just a incredible hit for them.
Yeah, and that game had.
And that was weird because that was over time. That wasn't like it came out the gate and
It
like
didn't come
had
out
a huge
bad.
audience.
It just didn't have a ton of.
No, yeah,
content.
I don't know about the game coming out bad, but like I just remember people getting into it a couple years after the fact that it was already released. People
just
started like
snowballed.
loving it. Yeah, that was
it
a big dub for them. So I'd imagine they'd go after that again with Rainbow Six.
You could do that with the with the multiplayer. But I would like a campaign.
Yeah.
I like the vibe of Rainbow Six.
All right. Well, Ubisoft, looking forward to seeing what you're doing here. Bunch of remakes. It sounds like.
I mean, they're gonna have a forward next week.
Is that next week already?
I mean, they're
Is
a
that
part
the
of
11th or whatever? Right.
Yeah, it's within the next week and a half. We're gonna get everything. I don't think by the time we do our next show, we're gonna be able to talk about really any of the Summer Games Fest stuff. But the show after that is gonna be wild. We're gonna have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so we'll have Game Fest, the Ubisoft thing, and the Xbox one, right?
Xbox, UB, Game Fest, yeah, all that.
I'm excited for that Xbox one, man. That Fable tease. Don't do this to me, Xbox.
They're ready.
Don't do this to me, Xbox.
You know, when I saw that tease, I think I wanted to pull my hair out.
Why?
The glitter everywhere.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
mess.
Good luck getting
No
that out.
way,
Good luck getting
dude.
that out.
No way. You're putting glitter all
There's
over your
so much
house.
glitter. There's so much glitter.
No. I
Imagine
hate
Fable
glitter.
not being there now. It's like, what the fuck?
What do you think the teaser would have been for them?
Well, it's the music that was over it. That's the Fable 1
I
music.
actually didn't listen to the music.
Oh,
Was
okay.
it Fable music?
Yeah. The music that
Okay.
was playing over it while they were walking that trail. That's the Fable 1 music.
Okay.
And like, there's the glitter leading to the Xbox showcase, or the screen that said
Oh.
Xbox showcase.
Actually, that glitter is going to lead to Cameo too.
God, kill me. Fucking kill me.
Actually, that game reviewed pretty well. I think that game's it's like a surprise.
The most disappointing thing they could do is it's Fable Legends, and they revive that, and it's still that 4v1 multiplayer thing. Oh my god, I would die. I would die right there. Legitimately, I would turn off the conference if that's what they come out with.
It's over.
Like,
That's
I'm
the first
done.
thing they show.
I'm done. That'd be worse than the PlayStation conference, honestly.
Oh no.
That'd be worse. God, I want Fable. It looks so good. I can't wait for that.
I'm
All right.
excited. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
The
for
playground
that, man.
tech. That playground tech's really good.
It look beautiful.
I know.
Next up then, Homeworld 3 has been delayed until February 2024, with the developers saying they need more time to get the best possible product. Daniel, Homeworld 3 delayed.
Yeah. I know that people have been looking for this game for a long time. So, as a Sega, but yeah, take their time. If it needs to be delayed, delay it. You know, I think more games just need to be delayed. There's too many games from basically every publisher, first parties, third parties. I guess indies are the only one that really isn't dropping the ball. That's just because they're smaller and they have had to work like this forever now. So, but everyone is just coming out. These games are broken. It's everywhere. It's a mess. Delay everything. Keep delaying.
Delay it.
If COVID was this much of an issue and we're still seeing the ramifications of it, delay everything. Delay it for as long as you need. And if it has to come out that bad, I don't know. That I think we're just in more of a mess than we thought.
Yeah, it's maybe not everyone, but at least me. Like, we're in such an interesting place right now where like I don't even care about delays because there's a game coming out every month that I want to play. So I'm just like, fuck it, delay your game as long as you want.
As long as you want.
I got so many games. I got a backlog of games that came out this year now. You know,
Yeah.
like it's
I got games.
I can't even keep
even
up.
that came out 20 years ago that I would like to play.
Right. It's like I can't keep up right now. So I'm just like, go ahead, fucking delay your shit as long as you need. I do not care. You know, and I don't know if everyone
Especially this
feels like
year.
that, but it's just like, dude, there's so much, and it's just like I'm sitting here playing Zelda. I'm getting worried about Final
Street
Fantasy
Fighter comes out
16 coming
tomorrow.
Street
Diablo
Fighter
comes out next
tomorrow.
week.
Yeah, good luck with that Diablo, bro. Like shit,
insane,
man.
dude. This is insane. I'm not even done with Zelda yet. Give me a
Close,
break.
not even
I'm
fucking close.
Not even close.
I'm like
Give me a
halfway
break.
through Zelda, and like I'm legitimately getting worried that I'm gonna run into Final Fantasy 16 now with it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck, man.
You thought you were gonna have time in between.
No. Yeah, I thought I'd have like a week or two of
Yeah,
downtime.
yeah.
Like, cool, I can catch up on like some indies and stuff. No,
Nope.
I'm not getting shit.
Absolutely not.
It's too much. Speaking of Street Fighter and Diablo, we're gonna do a little review roundup of both these
Sweet.
games. First up, Street Fighter 6.
Spoilers. Fantastic. Both
Yeah.
of them.
They're fucking high. It's gotta be like one of the highest reviewed days. You know what I
In
mean?
2021, we had, in terms of major games, one game to hit a 90, and that was Forza Horizon 5.
Wow. Yeah.
Only
now we
one.
now we got two right there. Oh, one.
Two
but,
in 1 week, basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
we've already had what, one this year?
This year?
No, two. No, I'm sorry. Zelda, Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Street Fighter, Diablo. Crazy.
Well, Diablo's actually at an 89 now.
Oh, I thought it was at a 90. Even
At an
90.
89 now. We'll start with Diablo then.
Okay.
Diablo is currently sitting at an 89 over an OpenCritic. IGN 9, GameSpot 8. Who else here? Forbes 9. GamesRadar gave it 5 out of 5. Daniel, Diablo 4.
Yes.
Views dropped when was that, Tuesday morning?
Yeah. I think they both dropped Tuesday, the same day, right?
Getting incredible reviews.
Yeah.
People seem to be loving it. The people that got it. The weird thing to me was how the people had to review it. Like they had to play a shit ton of it, and then they took away their profile or whatever. And
I wouldn't review it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either. Like, why? I would have just waited.
Don't delete my character. What do you?
Honestly, if you're Blizzard that way, I would have just been like, you'll get review copies today, you know, because like early access starts June 1st or whatever. I think I saw
Okay.
that. So like I would have just been like, yeah, you get them today, and then you could drop the reviews the day the game comes out or whatever the fuck, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember hearing that, but they got it pretty early too, which is I think that shows confidence from Blizzard. They've had a lot of betas. They had that big beta stress test as well. I think they had what 3 betas in total. Uh, so they were pretty confident going into this game. I had no doubts this game was going to review well. And it, speaking of Street Fighter 6 also had a bunch. So I think Capcom's also really confident too.
Yeah, yeah. With Diablo, it's yeah, you're very much right. Like they were very confident in this. You heard it after all the betas that happened in like March or whatever. You know that people were loving this game. So
Yeah.
yeah, good for them. You know, good for Blizzard. They I feel like they kind
Diablo's
of
back,
needed a
baby.
win here, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And it's good to see Diablo back, right? Like that's a long-lasting, people love it franchise, very beloved.
Yeah.
It's been
What's
forever since 3.
what's your plan here with Diablo 4? You picking
That's-
this up?
Yeah, no, I already bought it, but I don't know when I'm going to get to it. I think me and Sloan, I think, want to play it, but he's going to have way more time than me.
This is
I'm
a good
still playing
co-op
Zelda.
game, right? Yeah.
Yeah. We usually try to find a co-op game. We haven't played a co-op game in a little while. I don't remember what the last one we did was, but yeah, definitely want to play a co-op.
Cool. Next game then, Street Fighter 6, currently sitting at a 92 on OpenCritic. IGN gave it a 9. GameSpot gave it a 9. Game Informer 9.5. Daniel, very high review scores for Street Fighter 6.
Yeah,
Seems like
I'm gonna
people are
knock it.
absolutely loving this one. So
I'm gonna knock it maybe 5 points because of the cover with Luke. I think it's a gross cover. I hate the face that he's making, so it gets a 5 out of 10 for me.
yeah, I just don't like the look of Luke in general.
No,
You
I
know?
just don't like Luke. Let's get rid of him.
Yeah,
He's
fuck
not
Luke.
cool.
Who's
I
Luke
don't like
anyways?
that.
Like who the hell is Luke?
They're trying to make him into the new main character.
Okay,
Get out of here.
nah.
Care about Luke?
Just put Ryu on there. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. Any character, there's all those. I think that's 6 or so new characters. Put Jamie on the cover. That guy looks cool. Put
He looks cool. Alright, fuck it.
Kimberly. She looked cool with her braids. I don't know. Put any of these other new people. What are you doing?
I would have just kept it the simple Ryu and Ken, honestly.
Have
Oh,
a new
whatever.
old Ryu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Street Fighter 6, 92. Very high. Very excited. Coming out
yeah.
tomorrow. So I can't wait. Doesn't seem like people are too hot on that World Tour mode.
I was gonna say that I wasn't really that excited.
I
To play
wasn't
that
either,
anyways.
but like, well, I mean, I don't know. As someone who is probably just gonna play single player mostly, right? Like, I'll hop in online matches here and there, but I wish it was better, right? Like, I wish
I
we
wish it
were
was more like
getting.
NetherRealm.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I wish we were getting the Mortal Kombat Injustice type single player thing in a Street
I
Fighter
mean, we're
game.
getting that
But
though.
yeah, we are getting that in September, so that'll be cool. But whatever, who really cares? It really all basically boils down to just the fighting, how that feels, anyways, and it
Yeah.
sounds like that feels fantastic. So
Love the style of the fights.
yeah,
I'm very curious about because I haven't played any of the betas for either of these two games, but I'm curious about the modern control setup and how that works. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it, but I definitely want to try that compared to the regular controls.
yeah, me too. I'm curious how exactly that's gonna end up working.
Yeah, me too.
Cool.
It's a very neat idea to try to get more people used to playing fighting games. I think it's a very smart choice for them.
Yeah, they're really trying to. It seems like they're really trying to balance newcomers and then veterans and people that want to play hardcore, people that want to play casually, stuff like that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
they got to
really
reach
looking
a
forward to it.
bigger audience, is what I think they're trying. Like, as much as people love fighting games, and it's been a flourishing genre for a long time. It has definitely waned a bit um, in sales, unless it's like Mortal Kombat, really, or Smash. Those are really the two biggest ones for sales. So I think they're trying to get a new audience, try to get more sales, and having easier access will definitely help them.
For sure.
And it's coming everywhere, unlike Street Fighter Five.
Yeah, I wonder. It's weird because this really does feel like a return of Street Fighter since Street
It
Fighter
does.
4. You know, like it doesn't
Yeah,
really.
for
It feels
sure.
like they just. It feels like this is Street Fighter 5. You know, and
Yeah,
like we just skipped over it.
I was
But
very forgotten. I know
yeah,
it's not a bad game,
100%.
but it was very
No, I
forgotten.
never even played it, and apparently people really liked it by the time all the DLC came out and all that, right? Like if you get the super duper uber whatever fucking edition, that's apparently a very good game. But
Yeah, I actually never played Five either.
yeah, all right, cool. Next up then,
Got it.
Silent
Oh,
Hill.
one last thing.
Yeah.
Got it pre-ordered as well.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Sweet. Sweet.
We'll have to play together.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Try to find time to
Uh,
take them.
yeah. All right. Next up, then Silent Hill Ascension: The Interactive Experience will be coming out sometime this year. Don't
Yeah,
know
I thought
what
this
this
was
is
interesting.
exactly. Still,
I think this is the thing where people can watch live and you like maybe make
make
choices
choices or whatever. Yeah.
together. Is what the vibe because I think that's what you do. You could just go to their website. Watching this trailer, it definitely reminded me of like a Dark Pictures type of game or the Dark Pictures type of vibe. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to say this. Like, if Nat happens to be listening, close your ears. Or Sims, take Nat away. Don't let her hear this. It did not look good.
No,
It did not look
I'll
good.
be honest. I didn't know there was a trailer.
There is a trailer
I
though,
did not see
and
this
it
trailer.
it
Okay.
did not look very good.
Okay. Interesting.
Konami, knock it out of the park already.
Yeah,
That's
they're
what
fucking killing it. Way to go, guys. I wonder who's developing this.
they say it there in that trailer. I
Oh, do
can't
they?
remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a. Oh, okay. Here's a trailer. Oh, it's this. I've been seeing images of this. I couldn't tell if this was. I thought this was that Alone in the Dark game
No,
when I saw
no.
like
That has
screenshots of
David
this.
Harbour.
Yeah, that has David Harbour. That looks
He's everywhere.
bad. That look. Did you see the
I actually didn't
gameplay of
watch.
that? Oh, dude,
No,
I think that looks pretty bad. That
does it?
has
I didn't
six
watch it.
out of 10 written all over it.
Well, 6 out of 10's not bad.
It's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Well, then it's not 6 out
When
of
you're
10.
getting 9 out of 10s every 2 weeks, Daniel, it's pretty bad to be a 6 out of 10.
But a 6 out of 10's not a bad game.
I disagree. I
I
think
think
we
it's an
have
average
to.
game.
Yeah,
I think it's an
but
average game.
when this is actually an interesting talking point. When there is 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 games coming out twice a month, and then a 6 out of 10 game comes out, you got to kind of raise
I
the
don't
bar a little
know.
bit.
I'm not saying that they
If
shouldn't
we're
strive.
swimming in sixes and we're getting Street Fighters and Diablos every 6 months, then fine. 6 out of 10 is not bad. But you're a 6 out of 10 swimming with the sharks now? You get lowered down.
I understand your point. I just don't. I think that there's room for a lot of different types of games and a wide
well,
variety.
that's the thing is games media fucked this up decades ago, right? Is like more games probably should score lower, but then that number be considered a higher thing. But today, it's
like, only you're only getting 7s and up, and I don't like that at all.
Well, it's like what was it? It's pretty much become a high school grading system, right? Like where you're getting a 70, you're getting a C. That doesn't sound that bad, but then everyone else in the class is getting A's. It's pretty bad, right?
I definitely understand your point. I just think that I think we shouldn't look at a 6 as a bad game.
The games media fucked that up for you,
But not for me, because that's not how I
not
view
for
it.
you, sure, but like the general audience, they see that, they see 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. You're pretty much considered bad, like not broken. Like that's what 4 out of 10s and shit like that are for. Is like that Gollum game, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just think it's just hard when you're swimming in great games,
I understand the point.
But yeah, Silent Hill Ascension. Skimming through this trailer now. Looks okay.
That's all right. It didn't look good to me.
Yeah, I don't know what people are. So what? We're all gonna like play together and like watch a live.
I don't know
stream
if
of
there's
this or
much
something?
playing. I think it's like a choice-based thing.
So we're all just choosing. I don't know. I don't understand.
They're very
this.
vague about what it is because they're not saying it's a game because it has no platforms. It's just on their website.
Okay, well, Silent Hill Ascension. Someone will play that, I guess. I would like if it was you only get the one shot to play it when it's live with everyone.
I think it's what I think that's what this
That'd be
is.
so dumb. They only play it the one time too,
I think it's something weird. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so dumb. All right. Next up, then, Hot Wheels Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged will release on October 19th on every major platform.
Yeah, I thought this was a cool. Get a sequel.
Hot
I
Wheels
didn't get to play that
Beat
first
that.
game, but
People like that first game, right?
I know. Yeah, it was like a surprise hit. Like that game looked cool, so good for them.
Good for
I
them.
like Hot Wheels. I like the brand Hot Wheels. I had little Hot Wheels cars as a kid.
Cool enough. Yeah, I had the little orange track thing.
Yeah, the orange track thing. You get the thing that launches them over the loop and stuff. So cool. So cool.
Was cool. All right, well, Hot Wheels. Good on you. Our last news story, the Quest 3 has been announced. There will be a 128 gigabyte version starting at $499, and then $569.99 in Europe. Daniel, Quest 3.
Yeah,
Here it is. It's pretty big news, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's a pretty good price. They're going to up that tech. I'm sure you could still buy a Quest 2 if it'd probably be a little cheaper, and you don't need anything as powerful. But there might be things that need the power, so probably only going to be on Quest 3, right? Um, yeah, I think it's a fair price for it. Unlike the PlayStation VR, it's comparable prices, but it's like, well, you also need a PS5, so actually it's double the price. This is at least a headset, and you just play it just as a headset.
Yeah, yeah. I actually didn't realize that until you pointed out like a couple months ago that you just need the headset. I always thought you needed a PC with that too. So
Not the Quest. That's
yeah, I
the
know.
like that was like the regular the Rift headset. But I think you can still plug them to the PC
Oh, Kenny.
to like use your PC library of VR games. Because I don't think it has the biggest memory just within the headset. Like that one only had 128 gigs, so you probably need to plug it in if you want to have access to more things, more power through your PC if you have a better PC. But everything's all in that Quest, which is nice. And I think that's really what PlayStation should have done. I think retroactively, be able to have it plugged in if you need to. If not, have it be wireless.
Yeah. Do you have any interest in the Quest 3 then?
Not really. My
No.
brother probably will though.
No. Your brother loves that VR stuff,
Yeah,
right?
he loves that VR stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's seen this. I know it just happened, but I wonder if
Yeah.
he's seen.
Yeah, me neither. So, whatever. I'll try a VR headset someday.
You're not getting the PSVR too?
No, I mean, announce a fucking game for it that looks cool, then I will. But until that day comes,
Yeah.
then no. Give me
Yeah,
Half-Life
where
Alex.
you're not getting Half-Life Alex
Just
in
give
the
me
PSVR.
Half-Life Alex, please.
It's not
bro.
gonna happen.
Just please. Or just make Half-Life Alex a regular game real quick,
That is
Can
what
we
I
do that?
want. I
Can we
don't
do
need a
that?
VR port of that game. Just let it be a console game.
Oh, can we just do it? Can we just make Half-Life 3, please?
Yeah,
Please.
Gabe, make
Please.
by yourself, Gabe. Go into your office, sit for the what? How long you think it take, Gabe? A couple hours?
Make Half-Life 3?
Yeah,
Yeah, a couple hours at least. I mean, he could
yeah,
do it on a lunch break,
yeah. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Just take your lunch break, Gabe. Go back to your office. Just skip one lunch. One lunch.
That's a
Skip
lot
one
for
lunch.
Gabe.
It is a lot for Gabe. Skip one lunch and make Half-Life 3 for me.
This is why. Gabe's gonna listen to this. He's like, these guys just insinuated that I'm fat. What the fuck? I'm not making it now.
That's not what I was
I'm not
insinuating.
fucking making it. These guys just called me a fat slob.
I
I'm not
did
making
not.
it.
That's you, not me. Don't put that on me.
I don't know. You started that. Okay. Now we're not getting Half-Life 3 because
Do
of
not
you.
put this on me.
Because of you, dude. Half-Life 3 never goes out because
Don't
of
put
you.
that curse on me, Ricky Bobby.
Half-Life 3, I would legitimately go out. I'd buy like a $2,000 PC if it's PC exclusive. I would legitimately do that for Half-Life 3. I would be that excited.
Then would you sell it after because you just wanted Half-Life 3?
Yeah, exactly. Because
Nice.
I just wanted to play Half-Life 3.
I mean, I respect it.
It'd be worth it too. It'd be
Yeah.
fucking worth it, man. Someday.
I when Half-Life 3 comes out, I will personally buy a PC and personally pay Gabe to build it for me
Okay.
and then play the game for me, like right next to me.
Sure. You just watch it.
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
watch him play on my new PC, and then he could take the PC.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
He that's how you have to play Half-Life 3 too.
With Gabe
you have
next
to have
to you.
Gabe personally come over. And you have to
chill out,
watch
Gabe.
him play it. Yeah. It costs like millions, just to get him to come over
Yeah,
and
it's
play it
the
with
most expensive game ever made.
you. They sell like 10 copies. They make more money in any game ever,
Yeah.
Fuck off, GTA. All right,
Can't
Daniel,
wait.
that's gonna do it for the news of the week. Have some. Well, I guess yeah. Like we were saying, next week we'll just miss the
Might be a little
showcases.
light on news next week, I would assume.
Yeah,
leading in.
Well, we'll actually be filming during Summer Games Fest next week.
Ooh, okay.
That starts at 2 my time on Thursday, so that'd be a little weird.
Oh, I thought it was a little later in the day.
Maybe we could figure out something. Maybe we could film earlier that day.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Do something. But yeah, Daniel, we'll now move on to what we've been playing. Daniel,
Yes.
what's you been playing?
There's not much going on, so I think I just replayed, some games.
Sure.
Nothing new's come out.
Started that third playthrough of Fallout 3
Yeah, I think
or
I played
whatever.
Mass Effect 2 a couple more times, you know. No, I actually got to dive into Zelda. I somehow squeaked out a lot more time for Zelda. I wasn't able to like go for my normal walks, you know, so that we had like kind of rainy weather, so I was like, I can't really walk or anything, so that usually would take an hour, 2 hours every day.
You don't take Zelda with you on your walks?
No,
Just look down the whole time the game while you're
run
walking?
into a tree.
Yeah, whatever.
No, so I actually had a good amount of time to play. So I won't spoil anything, but I got all the towers done, map
Nice.
complete. I think I've done at this point 62 shrines.
Nice.
Got the Master Sword. Well, did all the memories, the glyphs and the memories, which led to the Master Sword. Got the
Was that
Master
the
Sword.
only way to get it? I guess
No,
don't
apparently
spoil it.
there's a couple others.
There's multiple ways. Okay, I was
For
kind of hoping I'd just like run into one accidentally.
doing the
but
memories and doing them in order like I did
yeah,
was very satisfying because it leads perfectly. It is a perfect sequence that leads right to it. So,
cool.
yeah, I did that. Did that. I what else did I do? I did the first temple. I won't say too much. Was it the Wind Temple?
Yeah,
Is that
upper left corner.
the Rito Village one?
Yeah,
I did the that temple, and I am at the second temple. That
cool.
was where I stopped. So I am at the Fire Temple.
Cool.
The build up to the Fire Temple was very cool so far.
Yeah, I love the build up to the fire
Yeah,
temple, man. That was one of my favorite parts thus far. That was so cool.
yeah.
At the that village, that was so funny, man. Like
I
that
actually
was
like this so far. The build up to the Fire Temple a little bit more than the Wind Temple.
oh
We'll
yeah.
see how it compares the Wind Temple to the actual Fire Temple now that I'm at it. Like the storm was cool. I don't know. I think it was just way too long.
Oh really?
It
I
took
actually really
way.
enjoyed that. I thought that was really
I
cool.
enjoyed
Just
it.
I guess
There's
we're
a
spoiling it, but like
little
how
too much
just
platforming.
how high up you were as
Yeah.
after a while, like I was like, whoa, what the fuck? We are
And there's
high
only like 2
up. It's like,
checkpoints.
Jesus. They really used the full map here, and like full
Oh
map
yeah.
being like in the sky too. You know what I mean? It's like GTA just putting like a whole city in the sky or something like that. You know, it's like
And
they
there's a
really
whole
used all
underground.
of that. Yeah, the whole underground too. The underground's actually pissing me off. It's
Oh no.
have you gone exploring down there?
Not a ton. A
You
little
just
bit.
you waste so many arrows because you got to place those bloom seeds around that it's like I got to go
Um,
down there with
you
like
can throw
hundred.
them.
Yeah, you could throw them too. Yeah, that's
It's
a good
not
point.
far.
Yeah, it just feels like you need the arrows and not when you're going down there, you got to be like prepared. You got to be strapped, ready to go here. It's like I need
I'm
like a few hundred
right
arrows to go
now.
down there.
Maybe you can help me with it with this. And maybe I missed it myself. I'm not a big fan of this gloom mechanic and how eating your hearts and stuff. Is there a way to get around that? Is there something that heals the gloom?
Yeah, it's the towers down there or whatever. I guess they're not towers, but it's like the
Yeah.
points where you like lift up and you like light up the area surrounding the tower there. It's that will restore. It won't give you your hearts back, but it'll get rid of the broken hearts, if that makes
Yes.
sense. It'll
Okay.
get rid of
I know
that,
that's
and
one
then you
way.
can eat something and heal it. And
There's no other way.
no, not until if you go back up, then it goes
Go
back
back up.
immediately. Like once you're in the sunlight, it goes right back up. But
Okay.
yeah, so like you
So
could
it's
just fast travel back up real quick and then come back down if you
there's
wanted
no
to.
like food though or anything that will
No,
get
there's
rid
no
of.
food that'll get rid of the broken hearts. You pretty
Interesting.
much. I mean, maybe there is. Maybe I just don't know about it. But yeah, you pretty much just have to find one of those towers or just go back up real quick.
Yeah, I
and
was
then
trying to find
teleport
ways
back
that I could
down.
do it because what would keep getting me is run into the stupid hands. I hate these hands.
The fucking hands, man.
Those hands are gonna catch some hands. You know what I'm saying? Next time I see them hands, I'm gonna start swinging. I hate these stupid gloom hands.
Those hands
I
are
hate 'em.
terrifying. They're
I hate
fucking.
'em.
It's like Death
I
Stranding.
can't outrun them. They're just gonna grab me.
It's like Death Stranding with the fucking hands
Oh, it
pulling them down.
is. Oh,
It's
there's
like the exact
inky
same thing.
hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's immediately what I thought.
These ones are much bigger though.
Yeah, yeah, those are big ass hands. They're fucking scary, man. What's up
Yeah.
with hands being so scary? This and Elden Ring and Death
Oh,
Stranding.
well,
too, I
Elden
guess.
Ring's
It's like
Elden Ring's worse.
why,
Those things are
yeah,
creepy
those are
crawling and
nasty.
no, it's gross.
Yeah.
Gross. But what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I just been playing Zelda 2. Yeah, I've done the Fire Temple. That's where I'm
Or
at
you've
now. I'm
completed
kind
it?
of yeah, I completed
Okay.
that temple. That was the last like major thing I did, and now I'm just making my way. There's another region kind of east to the Fire Temple, so I'm over there now, kind of exploring, just making my way through that, and then now I'm gonna start heading down into the next one, which is like the Water Temple with the whatever those weird fish people are called, I
Zora.
believe. Zora, yeah. So I'm just doing that and then doing all the side quests and side adventures and stuff I can find throughout that area, and whatever I see that catches my eye, I just run over there, do all the shrines I can see. I
Yeah,
like
you're
that. Like,
taking it very region by region. You're not even getting all the other towers yet, right?
no, yeah, I kind of play it in my mind. This is like I play it how like Link would actually do this, or like how someone like would actually do this. You know, like
Just
it's like
journey around.
yeah, it's like, Zelda's gone, then they recommend you go to the Wind Temple first cuz you got to find her or whatever, and then the first place that gave you a clue was like the Wind Temple, so he would naturally just go over that way first, right? And then kind of do everything around there, do everything I can see, and then got to the Wind Temple, and now going that way cuz they kind of direct you with the temples on which one they want you to do next. They just give a lot of like subtle hints to the direction to go. So yeah,
I'm
I'm kind of
glad
just
your
doing it that
link
way.
is pretty focused because my link is neurotic and scatterbrained, and he's just bouncing around, finding all the towers, doing all the shrines, doing all the
Yeah,
glyphs.
you like go everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. You just like go
I have a
everywhere and then
goal.
do that. Yeah. No, yeah,
Like,
you do, right?
like my goal, I was get the towers, do shrines along the way, and that was
Fair,
my goal
yeah.
for the longest time. And then I was like, okay, now there's the glyphs and stuff. I'll go and do that. And then, oh, I didn't really realize that the glyphs, led right into the Master Sword.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, okay, I'm doing that. Oh, I forgot one thing that I did do. Uh, I went and found the Hylian shield. I have the
Oh,
Hylian
interesting.
shield.
Cool,
I
cool.
think it can break, so I'm not really using it. I just have it.
Does it
I'll
yeah.
probably what I'll do is I'll probably save it for the Ganon fight
Mm,
or like
that's a good call. There
sword
must be a way to
Master
get it
Sword.
back though after it breaks, no?
I, I don't think I'd have to do some research. I don't think it's like the Master Sword where it recharges. It should be
You
because
gotta
it
be
is
able to
like his
buy it though
iconic
again or
shield.
something again.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no way they can just like leave you hanging like that.
because I think in Breath of the Wild it just broke.
Yeah.
I didn't
But you
break
could
it.
get more somehow in Breath of the Wild.
Could you?
Yeah. So I remember getting it over and over again. And what's interesting now is you could put something on the shield. So it's like you could completely just fuck that shield up, at least like looks wise, you know what I mean? Like just put
Oh,
like
but
a
I like the
diamond on
iconic
top of
look.
it. Yeah, I do too, but like I'm definitely gonna put a diamond over it or something. Yeah, I mean, you know what I've been really loving in this game is this for some reason this sticks out much more to me than it did in Breath of the Wild. Is like the side quests and side adventures and stuff like that. There's a lot of like really like funny ones with a good sense of humor and just like a lot of character to them and stuff. Like I just did one.
Addison.
Yeah, Addison's. Oh, that
He's
stuff's
the
just funny.
best,
That's
dude.
fuck that
He's the
guy.
best.
Stand
I
your own
love him.
sign up.
I love him so much.
Like I love
He's just
how
on
I
the
love the idea he just goes around the map and just
yeah.
waits for me.
He's
You know, he's
yeah.
just like that Link
He's just
guy will come back
struggling.
at some point. You know.
I don't know if he's just hoping for Link, but my boy is struggling everywhere. He is on top of a mountain fighting a sign. I gotta help him. The one was on top of I think it was near the Rito one. It was like on top of a mountain. I'm like, all right, there's nothing around you.
I found that one too. Yeah, I was talking about that one last week. Like, he's
Oh, that was
literally
one
just
from
on
last
top of
week.
a snowy
Yeah.
mountain. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
What
Like,
are you doing here?
No one's ever gonna see this sign but me. Like,
You are
what
not
doing?
being paid enough to be on this.
No, not at all. And he has so many rice balls to give you. I'm like, man, you
does.
make a lot of rice balls.
He
You make
gives
a
you.
lot of
He only
rice
gives you 20 rupees. It's not enough.
No, not enough. Not enough at all. But no, I did like some funny side adventures. Like one was come across these soldiers that were all in their underpants because I don't know if you did this one, but
I
like
didn't see that. No.
so like Zelda apparently told them to all go in their underpants, right? And then search Hyrule, you know. And then they were like investigate. They were one of the guys from Lookout Landing they're out like investigating the monsters. You know what I mean? You probably got a couple of these. But yeah, they all ended up being in their underpants, and then I took out all the monsters for them. And then like someone came along and said, "No, Zelda didn't say that at all. She said like look underground or something like that." And they like misunderstood. I love the ones that like lead into like little mini games too. I don't know if you've done any of these, but I found a professional shield surfer in a cave somewhere. Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah, yeah.
cool.
And now she gives me shield surfing trials. Like there's an area that I can go to and like talk to her, and
That's awesome.
she has like three different shield surfing trials. Those were really fun. So I did that. I did there's one with like minecart trials where you like shoot arrows at a bunch of different targets while riding a
Oh,
minecart. That one
that
was
sounds
really
fun.
fun. Yeah, that was really cool. There's a lot of really cool side adventures there. I want to do all of Penn's side adventures with have you met Penn yet? The newspaper guy?
Oh, yes. I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah, yeah.
re-met him. I don't remember where he's supposed to be
Oh,
after
okay.
you meet him the first time.
Try to look on your side adventures and it should tell you what stable he's at. If you do that
Oh,
and
he's in a
then
stable.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
if you do that and then talk to like his boss, you'll get like recruited into the paper and then you can go around
oh.
to a bunch of different areas and you'll just randomly find Penn. It's mostly at stables, but then you'll get like a side adventure through that and then it'll be like a really that's where that underpants story came from and stuff like that. And then he
Okay.
just like you'll do that and then he flies off and he's like, I'm gonna go write about this in the paper now.
Link's just become a reporter.
Yeah, that's really what it was like. Yeah. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun though with Zelda. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's you kind of it opens up a bit more when you like start getting all the different contraptions too. Like I finally got the steering wheel or not wheel, but the
Yeah.
steering
The
stick.
steer device. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm just like making different shit now and just like riding around with that's a fun way to get core axes. It's just that was like something I didn't even think of until you actually get the steering stick. So that's cool. It's interesting how they like introduce that and like towards the different areas. They almost like give you different mechanics and stuff like that. Just when you get to like when I got to Goron City, that was the first time I found the steering stick. And then you did a shrine there, and then I had the steering stick mechanic in there. So they kind of taught you how to use the steering stick through the shrine. It's like that's really smart.
Yeah. What I you brought up the Korok seeds. What I need to find is Hestu.
So I did
I've
find him. He's in lookout whatever point. But
I didn't see him.
he only appeared after I did the first temple, after Wind Temple. So
Okay, well,
try
so I
going
did
back
that.
there
Go
now. I don't
back.
know if you've been
Okay,
back there in a while.
I
What's
haven't.
interesting about lookout whatever the what's it called? Lookout Point.
Lookout Point, I think. Yeah.
Lookout Point, yeah. That's kind of like a little hub area that
Yeah.
changes. You know, it's if you go back there, it might just be after each of the temples it changes a little bit.
Oh, I could
Like
see
there's
that. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like
Okay.
a little hub area where like different people will be there with like different side quests and stuff like that. I actually just got an interesting one that I won't spoil through Lookout Point just from meeting someone new there, you know. And yeah, so like
Interesting.
he
I'll
appeared
have to go
after
back.
one temple. Yeah, go back. I would check in after each of the temples at the very least
Okay.
at Lookout Point because
Yeah, I really only go there because that's a quick way to get to a prayer statue to
yeah, yeah,
upgrade.
that's exactly what you go
So
for. Yeah.
it's usually why I go back there. Which
It
I
seems
actually
like
I
there's
think
one of
I
those in every major city, and that might have been the
there
same
is.
in Breath of the Wild too. But
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure that's as well.
yeah,
Normally, I think they wanted you to go back to the Temple of Time in Breath of the Wild.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But I think there was a few other ones. Um,
yeah. So
I
I'm
know
kind of
for sure there's one at the Rito Village,
yeah, yeah.
and I
There's
think there's
right
one in
at
the
the entrance
Goron
in
as
that
well.
one. Yeah. So and then like when I get past these towns, I like to do all like the side quests I can find in those towns too. You know what I mean? So like I kind of cleared out all of Rito Village now, and I'm like starting to clear out Goron City a little bit more with all the side stuff. And then I'm kind of like just dipping my toes into the Sky Islands and the depths and stuff. Sky Islands more so I've explored a little bit. Whenever I get
Okay,
shot up in the air through one of the towers, I'll try to like find a sky
try to
tower and
land.
then
Yeah,
yeah, try to land on one of those, see what's going on there. But some of those are weird. The depths really do seem like the more difficult area. It's
yeah. It seems tough anytime
yeah,
I go down there.
it's pretty hard down there. Like I said, you gotta go in packed down there when you're trying to
Got a lot of
explore.
food. How
Yeah,
are
a
you
lot of
doing on
food.
food? You don't have a lot of amiibos.
No, yeah, I'm good though. I just kill every animal I see, you know,
Okay.
pretty much. So like I always just got that raw meat on me, you know.
Ooh, Connor got that
Get that
raw
raw
meat
meat, you
on
know what I mean? Yeah.
you.
But like I think I have it pretty much all filled out right now. My food, like
Yeah.
I'm at like full capacity right now. Food. I love
Okay.
the cookie mechanics though. I know it's just the same thing
Oh,
from Breath
I
of the
love
Wild, but I
cooking
love
so
that cookie
much.
mechanic. Yeah.
That jingle,
Oh, I love
oof,
it.
oof. It's so good. What a satisfying like 10-second jingle. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Uh, yeah, I what I'll do is I only have so many slots right now to even cook food. So it's like I probably could cook some more now, but I'll kind of use up some of my food and then I'll go back take a bunch of time cook. You know, I haven't dropped my amiibos in a couple of days, probably since like Sunday maybe. Saturday, maybe somewhere around there. So I haven't even used them every day. But because usually I'm just getting a lot of food or weapons that I don't really want too much. Every now and then I get the other tunics and stuff that I'm looking for. But I have the full Twilight Princess outfit, so pretty classic, just a little maybe
Oh,
slight
that's cool.
darker, just slight
Did
darker
that come
green.
with the amiibo thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
no,
okay,
it's on
gotcha.
all my amiibos.
Oh, okay, okay.
I mean, it's the Twilight Princess amiibo,
Yeah.
but uh, it's a little darker green than I would want, but I just like the look, the class. That is a pretty classic-ish look of him. I have that dumb Link's Awakening, like
Oh, that
comic
like
one. It's
mascot
so
mask. Yeah,
scary.
yeah, it looks terrifying.
I would never wear that thing because he looks horrifying.
Yeah. Have you found any of the band members?
I haven't, no.
No, okay. I've been trying to find these. So I think these are how you end up unlocking all the fairies that upgrade your clothes or whatever. And I got
It's funny because I didn't even see the fairies in the first game in Breath of
Oh,
the Wild.
really? You never
Yeah,
saw
I
that?
never
Oh,
saw.
there's a really
I
cool
never upgraded my armor in the first
Really?
game.
Oh,
Never.
wow. There's a really
I
cool
beat
like
the game.
animation with the fairies that you should just do just for that.
Oh,
They
they
just
make the
look really
noise.
cool.
I played a lot of Zelda. They make
Yeah,
all them
yeah,
freaky
yeah, yeah.
noises too.
Yeah, they do make a lot of freaky noises. But
What's
like
up with the noises?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of weird noises
There's
in this
a
game, you know.
these merchants are making some noises.
I like the Korak noises, the ha ha ha. Did I?
What were you
I'm like,
saying
all right.
about the band members?
The fairies, so like all the fairies are like staying inside their flower, right? And they're like, we're not coming out until I hear music, you know. That's what they're all saying. It's at
Oh.
least the three that I've like run across that
I
have
don't think
said
I've
that.
seen one.
Yeah, they're like they're normally, I think they're always near a stable. So and there's only
Oh.
4 of them throughout the map, so they're always like near a stable, but then they're just like in a giant flower on like top of a hill near a stable or something like that. But like try looking up when you go into a stable or near a stable or something like that.
Okay.
But then you like talk through to them through the flower, and they're like, I'm not coming out until I hear music. So I found like the first 2 band members, and they were able to get one of the fairies to come out, right? But then you got to find the rest of the band members because each of the fairies wants their own instrument. They want to hear a
Oh,
specific
of course they
instrument,
do.
to come out of their flower. And then I found another one of the band members, and he was just stuck in this giant hole. And you just had to figure out a way to get him out of the hole. And of course, they give you a
Could
bunch
you
of
ultra hand him to something?
no, you can't pick him up. You
Okay.
can tell him to get in. So he like drove a wagon into the giant hole, right? Accidentally.
Okay.
So you can tell him to get into the wagon, and then that's how you get. But you can't lift the wagon up high enough to get out of the hole just with Ultra Hand. So you gotta like figure out a way to do that. So I strapped like 6 rockets to the bottom of this fucking wagon and like 2 of the air balloons.
Just
And I
launch
just
them.
shot him up, and he went way fucking past the top of the hole. And so what I did is like I had to do that like probably 3 times until I caught him on the last try. I like caught it as it was flying down. I'm just like looking up, waiting for it to fall back down, and then I just like time it perfectly and catch him. You could also just use the rewind time mechanic, I guess, too, and
Oh,
then just like kind of
that'll
freeze it
help.
there and then do that.
That
That's
mechanic's
actually
crazy.
kind of a cheat for the game. Not a cheat. I mean, obviously it's intentional. They want you to do that. But there's a lot of shrines where I just solve it by
Just
simply
break it with the recall.
lifting up a platform and then dropping it back down and then recalling it and then just jumping on it when you recall it. There's so many where I just do that.
But Nintendo knows it, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing is that it feels like we're breaking the game, but they know. Like
Yeah, I
they
know.
want you to.
It does just feel cheap how many times I've used that in a shrine.
Yeah. It's the
just to
same with
do that.
Ascend.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
it's very
it
true.
feels like we're breaking the game. But it's like they know. Like they put things purposely for you to use Ascend, and if you don't remember, then maybe you find a different way. It's like
Ascend is a crazy mechanic, man.
it's
Ascend is
insane.
nuts, dude. Like you could literally be at the bottom in a cave and like underneath a mountain, and
Yeah.
then just ascend up, and you will be at the top of that fucking mountain. Ascend is such a weird thing. I
I mean,
can't
there's a
believe.
few. This is not a spoiler, but there's a few towers that you need Ascend because you have to go under to get
Yeah,
back up.
I did the one that was it got buried under snow. The tower.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
that one was really cool. And then
Yeah, the
you had
one
to
in the
get that one.
bottom.
Yeah.
In the bottom left. Yeah.
Yeah,
That one.
you had to like go
that one's
explore
really
the
funny.
cave and then pop up right
Yeah.
below the tower. Yeah, that one was cool. But did you see what Ascend actually does? Like someone like broke the game a little bit and like saw like what actually happens when you ascend. Like the whole map
What?
actually gets deleted when you ascend. Or not like deleted, but it like disappears, and then like everything turns into like this giant green box, and like he just Link just ascends through that, and then they reload the map. That's why sometimes it doesn't do that when like it's a really quick ascend, when it can like
Yeah,
when the game just loads naturally, and then just when you don't need
pops
that
you
like
out.
load screen. Yeah, but like when everything disappears and you go into that just straight up green place, the whole map gets deleted and then reloaded, and then you pop up.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Man, this game is just some weird technical marvel. I don't understand it.
It's
It is.
those mechanics, man. I love these mechanics. I like them so much more than Breath of the Wild mechanic. Just the
Well,
powers,
the
the
Breath of the
the
Wild ones are just very
recall, the
basic.
ascent. Yeah, they're just very basic.
Yeah,
These mechanics like really change the entire game.
yeah. It's. I just can't believe that this game exists like this. It's insane.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you see, and we talked about it. I mean, I think we talked about it since this game came out, but like you see why they needed so long to polish this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess this is what happens when like they pretty much finished a game and they're like, it's not to the standard. We'll delay it another year,
Right.
and they
Just
did.
think how easily you could just break everything and just like, something
I
happens
know.
and you like fall through the map, or just like, like a year ago, shit had to be constantly happening like that, when they were like
The
playing this
fact that
game,
you
play
can
testing it.
recall so many things and it doesn't just the game just doesn't just shut down, right? Like it's
Yeah,
crazy. Really is. And
really,
this game
really
is
is.
not that large in file size. It's a
Yeah.
very small, like
No, yeah,
I don't understand.
it's nuts how they got it to work on the Switch like this.
Yeah, wizards over there.
Fucking wizards. All right, Daniel. Well, that'll do it for what we've been playing. What's next then? Street Fighter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still trying to beat Zelda, but I do
Yeah.
want to hop into try to play a little bit of Street Fighter. It's going to be a game. We've talked about this before. It's going to be a game I can bounce between
Yeah. Very
throughout the
easily.
rest of the year. Like this will be I'm playing all the time in between. Um, like the single player game, maybe I'll pop in, do a couple fights or something like that. I want to try out all the characters, stuff like that. So definitely not Luke. I don't
Not
care.
fucking Luke.
I'm not playing Luke. So, uh, but yeah, definitely Street Fighter. And
What's your
then
plan then with Diablo?
I don't know.
It's gonna
That's
be
what I said.
difficult.
I don't know.
Like, will you
I'm,
just like hold off on Final Fantasy 16 and then jump into Diablo after Zelda?
I'm trying not to think about it.
Try not to
I'm
think
gonna
about it.
be
Okay.
honest with you.
Okay. I'm thinking about it for you, I guess.
I know you are. I don't know. I
Don't
don't
know.
know.
Okay.
It hurts my brain.
You're gonna have to do something there. Like,
Beat Zelda quick. I
beat Zelda
guess that's
quick.
gotta
Yeah.
be.
I
I
mean, Diablo sounds long though, Daniel.
I know. I know.
I was
Then
gonna play through Planet Alana, but then yeah, I got stuck in the fire temple. I was just like, oh god, I can't. Because
I
that's like
remember
a
you saying.
4 hour game, and I was like,
I know. I remember you saying I'll beat it in one night and then have one break.
dude, I
You
woke
know.
up on Sunday and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get to the temple, I'm gonna beat the temple, and then I'm gonna play through all of Planet Alana because I was off Monday too because Memorial Day. So I was like,
Ah.
okay, should do that. It's Monday night. I'm just getting to the temple. I'm like, fuck, like what happened? What happened here? So Planet Alana will have to wait. I played a couple more levels of Humanity too. Game's
Okay.
still really fun.
Still liking
So
it?
yeah, definitely. So I would like to beat that and Planet Alana before Final Fantasy 16, but that's asking a lot with Zelda.
Yeah.
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 All right, that's gonna do it for Nerd Gods Podcast, episode 173. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/Nerdic Gods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to
Yes.
say?
Go play some good games. There's a lot of good games out there.
Too
Don't
many.
play the bad ones.
Too
Play
many.
the good ones though. And you don't know which ones I'm talking about.
Don't play the 7 out of
I'm
10s.
I'm
Don't play 'em.
talking about go play Gollum because that's the only good
Go,
game
go.
out right now.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I
So
was just thinking
excited.
about that. Like, imagine being fucking like in high school or something and having the summer off now, and
Oh
all
my
these games just
lord.
came out.
Oh
Oh
my
my
lord.
god! Like
I
we
mean,
never got this when we were kids. We never got a summer
it's
like this when we were kids.
it's the same thing with just in general Game Pass. It's like, can you imagine as a kid having Game Pass? It's
Dude, I would
insane.
have
Like
killed for that.
I know. Just my endless amount of time. Like summers seem to last 10 years.
Well,
And I'm like,
like
I could have played all these
when I was a
games.
kid, it was impossible for me to convince my mom to let me get 60 or $50 to go buy a new
Yeah,
game. But could I have convinced her once a month to give me $20 to buy game or $15 to buy Game Pass for that month? Hell yeah,
probably.
I could have.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Save
I
your
could
lunch
have.
money, maybe?
Yeah, some shit. I could have found a way to scrounge up $15 when I was a kid and then have access to all those games. And
I
I
had
would have,
Xbox Live back in the day.
I would have
My mom would
killed
have
for
been
that.
fine with Game
I mean,
Pass,
honestly,
you know?
until I was like 12, 13, 14 even, when I when I get my first job, I was like end of 14. Started working as a busboy. That's when I was really able to buy games.
Yeah.
But up until then, I'm like sitting here playing the same games over and over again. You know what I mean? I had very little games when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like when I really think back at it, like I had very little. It's just having access to that Game Pass, even the PS Plus Essential and stuff like that. Oh my god, dude, I would have been in heaven.
So much games. Yeah.
All right, bye bye, everybody. Got off
Bye,
on a
everybody.
tangent there. See ya.